Today's my second business trip day here in China, and I'm going up to Xiamen, which is 3.5 hours by train, to look at hydraulic presses, mechanical presses, and tool and die work. It was so much easier for me to get tool and die work done here in China than it was in the United States. I emailed a lot of people in the US, but they just didn't care about my small order. So we're gonna go meet with those people today. Check it out. After about 4 hours of travel, I've made it to their little shop. It's a tiny family-owned business, but they do really good work here. They make all their own tools and dies. Here, a lady is stamping bicycle cranks. It's just carbon steel that they do a bunch of forming processes to. Here's a copper uncoiling machine going into some custom shit that they made up. I think this is making little copper contactor pins, but here the owner's just showing me like they're just stamping out little bits. Pretty much everything it just works, you know? It's not a crazy big factory. Oh, here's their tool and die room. They're just doing stuff. Here's their wired PMs. Pretty fancy little factory. Is this for electrical?
Yeah, yes.
I see.
One jobbing two, jobbing three, motor and cut down the hole.
I see.
Yes.
So then, and then after that,
And then
the
go
part,
down, yeah.
the part is
What?
finished?
Yes, yes.
Here's a really cool progressive die that they use for making pins. And of course, ton of tea. Everybody, there's so much fucking tea. And they took me to get like legit Cantonese food. And then on the way, we saw a F-150 Platinum. Super weird to see that. Then we saw the port of Xiamen, where they ship everything out. It's like a really big, bustling city. And then here's old Xiamen, and we saw a bunch of other historic stuff here. And then after this, we went to the fort, which has a bunch of guns made by ThyssenKrupp. That is ThyssenKrupp right there. On the way back, though, I got business class. I don't know how to get in here. Did I scan my passport? Chinese bullet train business class is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. You have this entire lounge just by yourself, and I didn't know where to go, but then this lady showed up and said, come here, and then she took me all the way across the train station to my train and just left me there. She says, this is your train, that's the bullet train. Everything was so clean. You get your own fucking recliner. They give you food. You can actually lay down completely in this thing. I mean, the best fucking way to travel across the countryside. Here's the thing. I was reluctantly like doing business with China because I'm like, oh, they have all the tooling. They literally make most of the titanium in the world. But now, dude, I'm fucking happy. The companies I worked with, they're so nice. They're so fucking nice. They took me all around the cities where they work out of, showed me history and like food, local culture. Super cool. Like, they did not have to do that. The amount of money that I'm spending, they did not have to do that. The amount of contracts they could possibly win for me, they did not have to do that. But they did it anyway. And like, all I did was just show up and they're like, oh, we're so fucking happy you're here. Dude, it's ridiculous. Anyway, I just traveled like 1,400 fucking kilometers across the Chinese countryside. Absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Fucking packed with mega tall buildings and stuff. I don't know, dude. Like I said, I'm shocked. This is a different fucking world. This feels like a goddamn alien planet that's living in the future. And I don't mean that in like a fucking meme way. I mean like, I am genuinely shocked. I want to go back to my podunk shithole town in America. I want to see my kitty cats. I want to see my big ass loud pickup truck that burns way too much gas. Maybe I'm just a fucking farm podunk piece of shit. That's all I know. That's all I know. I love America, but goddamn, I'm looking at us very different now. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to bed because I have to fly for like 20 hours tomorrow. Good night.